Hello, beautiful souls. It is Anna T. Brooks, your soul purpose activator, and welcome to this week's weekly energy oracle card reading for this week, the 5th to the 11th of August, 2024. Whoosh. Okay. I don't know how you're feeling this week. I would love to hear about it. Please pop a comment in below whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're watching on YouTube. Do say hello and always let me know how this reading is hitting home for you. I always love to hear. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link will be all down below. So as always, I'm going to jump into the weekly reading where I pull 3 cards for the body, mind, and soul energy for this upcoming week, as well as some bonus cards at the end from a different deck. But I always love to tune in first and give you a bit of my own intuitive guidance of what I feel coming through. So let's begin there. So this week already feels like a lot. I don't know if you've been feeling this since the new moon over the weekend. It's been a pretty intense energy. There's been a lot going on. We've also got Mercury retrograde starting, which, you know, it's not anything that to stress about usually. It's not like this huge horrible event that a lot of people seem to think that everything's now going to blow up and it's just going to be a really, really horrible time. It's really not. It's just a time when things are reshuffling, things are kind of changing, things we are being reminded of things that we maybe have been putting on the backside or on the back burner a little bit. And yes, technology can do some interesting things. So for sure, I know I have already felt this energy coming through, and I feel like this is going to be quite a bit of this week is there is going to be some surprises lined up. There is going to be some things that don't quite go to plan. And once again, as with any actual retrograde that happens, it's an opportunity for you to really tune into how am I maybe not as prepared as I should be, or as I could be, or as I'd love to be? How am I letting small things maybe get in the way of what's really important? And how deeply am I really trusting that how things are unfolding are how things are meant to be unfolding? So I'll give you a really quick example of actually this morning. I should not be on doing my this weekly oracle card reading right now. I was actually planning to do this in a couple of hours. I was meant to be recording on a podcast right now. However, again, Mercury retrograde, things happen. Technology did not want to work for us and we've had to reschedule, right? So I decided to jump on and do this a little bit earlier. But that's exactly what I mean is I could have got very upset about this, like everything was prepared, everything was ready to go, and then it just wasn't going ahead. But the truth is I trust that there's a reason why that conversation wasn't meant to be had this morning, and instead that I get to do this a little bit earlier. So there's always a reason, there's always a way that I'm trusting that the universe is lining things up. And I feel like this week, there's going to be some opportunities for you coming through to remind you to trust, to remind you that things are unfolding in the best way possible for you, and that anything that feels like maybe a distraction or just being derouted from where you think you're going, or being things not going to plan, think of it instead as things didn't go to my plan. They are going along with the universe's plan, and this is actually better. This is actually things unfolding in a way that I couldn't have even seen. So that's the energy, the intuitive sort of messages and the hits that I'm getting already for this week. So I'd love to hear how that resonates. Please feel free to pop any comments below. Let me know how you're feeling as this retrograde hits us this week. And without further ado, let's jump into the reading for this week. So as always, we have the Work Your Light Oracle card deck by Rebecca Campbell, my absolute favorite one for doing these readings. I will be pulling 3 cards, mind, body, and soul for the energy week for this week ahead. And this is, so the mind is more of the mindset, the conscious energies, the things you're going to be aware of and thinking about, what's going to be kind of in your thoughts this week. The body is more of the tangible, the 3D, what situations, circumstances, also your actual physical body, how you might be feeling. And then the soul is more of that underlying energy. It's what's happening behind the scenes. You might not be so aware of it if you're not very tapped in. However, having this sort of information ahead of time, you can kind of feel into it and know what's really happening behind the scenes. So as always, I've already pre-shuffled before I jumped on to record this. So these have already been shuffled for this week. Let's go ahead and choose the 3 cards for the energy this week. So mind first, let's do, oh, okay, that one jumped out very quickly. Okay. I'm holding them a little bit differently. They're like over here because I'm trying not to drop them. So let's do body. Let's see what comes through. I'm a little bit further from the table, so I want to make sure they don't keep falling for me. So body, body, body this week. What is coming through? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Oh, this one's taking a little bit longer. Body. Oh, nope, there it goes. Okay, beautiful. And soul. What is coming through for soul this week? Show me clearly. Oh, there it is. Okay, interesting. So the mind one flew out very quickly. The body took its time. And the soul also came out quite quickly. So that's already telling me that this is going to be much more of a head space type week, that you're probably going to feel much more in terms of your mental energy happening rather than what's happening physically or tangibly, which makes sense with what I said with Mercury retrograde, right? It's the communication planet. So there's probably going to be a lot more going on in your head this week. Let's see what we have in store. We have for the mind card. So first card, trust the niggle. Trust the niggle. And so below this one, it says, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So this is what's going to be happening in your mind this week. There is going to be thoughts, emotions, instincts dropping in, things that you're just going to start thinking about, things that you're just going to be like, oh, this seems interesting. This seems like something I need to do, or oh, this feels like something I need to change, or something I need to address, something I need to look into. You're going to really, really be feeling a lot of intuitive hits coming through, and they're going to be in your mind, right? Because this is in the mind card. So this could have been in the position of the body, for example, and more of your kind of instincts and gut instincts. This is more, you're going to have these thoughts that come into your mind that are very clearly intuitive hits, that are very clearly something for you to really grasp onto, and something that's kind of guiding you and telling you this is the way to go, this is where you should be moving to. You're going to have those thoughts constantly, and you're going to have those ideas. You're probably going to, like I said, there seems to be a lot going on mentally, a lot going on in the mind. So you're very likely to be kind of stirring on quite a lot of things, and just there can be a tendency, I'm hearing for some of you, to overthink this week, right? Hello, Michelle. Hello, lovely. So beautiful to see you on for the live recording. There can be a tendency for some of you, I think, to overthink. And that's kind of the little warning that comes with this one. Do not overthink, because this is about trusting that niggle, about trusting your intuition. If you get those recurring thoughts of like, you know what, this is just what I feel, this is just what needs to happen, this is how I feel like I need to move forward, try not to overthink it. Try not to get too deeply into your head of making sense of it all, because that's where you're going to trip yourself up, and you're not going to actually get those intuitive hits that you really are desiring, that are guiding you the right way, right? And this also, they're telling me, this also speaks into how we're moving into the Mercury retrograde, that tendency to kind of, if something happens in your life, to overthink it or over dramatize it, or look at something, one little thing that happened, and think that that's a sign of something. Try not to get too deep into that this week. Try to keep yourself balanced and bring yourself back and go, no, I'm going to just trust my intuition, even if things don't look how I thought they would look right now, even if things are not, if there's little things happening that are maybe like, oh, why did that happen? Why does it feel like I've taken 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or something like that, or 1 step forward and 2 steps back, more to the point. Try not to get too much in your head about it. Try to just feel in and trust that, okay, there's a reason for this. This is unfolding for a reason. So that's the first card for the mind. For the body, so this took a little bit longer, so I feel like this is going to be a little more on the back burner this week. And there you go. And the message that came through is, you're already doing it. You're already doing it. I think we had this one last week. I feel like underneath it says, stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. I'm pretty sure we actually did have this one last week. So this is why it took a little while to come through, because this week it is really reminding you what you are doing, the actions you are taking, the way that you are moving forward. You are already on the right path. Do not overthink it this week. Do not get strayed, right? Keep facing your true north. Do not stray off the path. Do not get thrown off if something happens that seems out of the ordinary or seems like, oh, that's taking me, you know, away from my goal or away from where I'm moving, or this is, you know, like a roadblock or whatever it is. Do not stray. Continue. Keep facing your true north. You're already doing it. And do not get distracted. Do not get thrown off course. If the Mercury retrograde does its thing and it just wants to bring your attention back to you and back to your faith and back to you continuing this path, trust that that is what it is doing. If you can feel it, right, that first card, trust the niggle. If you can feel that this is just things resettling themselves, I know I'm on the right path, trust that and move forward. This is a bit of a test of your will and of your commitment and of your trust in yourself this week is what's coming through, because you are already doing it. You are already on the path. You already made those changes, right? When we spoke about this in the last few weeks, I said how things have really been shifting and you've kind of been moving in a new direction, and now you're taking those steps, right, in the last few weeks to really kind of move in that direction. Now's not the time to be second guessing yourself. Now's the time to trust. You're already doing it. You're on the path. Don't let how the universe is just resettling things and readjusting the energy. Don't let that throw you off. If something happens that feels like, oh, that was a bit unexpected, I didn't really desire that. That's just the universe reshuffling the energy for you, okay? And then the last card, this is for the soul. So this is that underlying energy, what's happening behind the scenes. What's, you know, the extra thing to be aware of? Oh, beautiful. We have the Council of Light. So the Council of Light, and underneath there it says, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So those two words there, divine orchestration, that just feels like exactly what you need to hear this week, especially for the underlying energies for what's happening. Things are aligning divinely for you. Things are being orchestrated behind the scenes for you. Even if something happens that feels like it's off path, off track, off your plan right now, trust that it is being divinely orchestrated. And just because it's not the way that you saw it at first, doesn't mean it's not actually the perfect way for you to achieve and to get to what it is that you want to get to. It's just that you can only see things based on your experience and your knowledge in the conscious realm, whereas this is helpers in the subtle realms. This is beyond this. This is beyond your knowledge, beyond your ability to see, beyond your ability to predict, right? This is things that are being orchestrated that are beyond what you could even guess is going to happen. So that's what's happening behind the scenes, which explains why those first two cards, right? Trusting your intuition, not getting too caught up in your head, not getting too caught up in overthinking the things that you can feel, you know, that are real for you, and trusting that you're already doing it. Keep moving forward. Don't let any weird little things that happen throw you off course this week. This is the week to just keep going. Trust yourself. Get out of your head. Get out of your head and don't overthink anything. Just let it be. Let it unfold. So this feels, like a very, very interesting week. That's the energies we have from the cards. I would love to hear how that resonates. Are you already feeling this? Is it making a little bit of sense of what's going on for you? Let me know in the comments, and let's go ahead. I'm going to bring out the bonus deck. So this week I've actually chosen the Astral Realms deck, a crystal oracle deck. And this one's by, it doesn't even have the name. That's very strange. Okay, I'm used to being able to read the name of who created this deck, but I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Or maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Well, Astral Realms, Crystal Oracle. And I'm going to be pulling 3 cards, as always, out of here. So you get to choose. This is your pick a card time. So this is an extra message for the week ahead for you. Sometimes you will feel pulled to more than one card. That's perfectly fine as well. You just tune in. You take your time. Take a moment to ground yourself. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards first. So again, I've already shuffled the cards. Now I'm just going to pull 3 of them. I'll hold them up one at a time for you so you can tune in and you can choose which one has an extra message for you. So I'm just shuffling. Whoop. Okay. Nope. That was a whole pile of them just gone floating. Righto. Let's recenter. Okay. All right, so card number 1, what wants to come through? There it is, perfect. Card number 2. There we go. Again with card number 2, taking its time. So interesting. Whoop, there it goes. Okay. It's sure when it came out. And card number 3, let's see. Now I am going to read from the actual Oracle deck for these ones, from the descriptions. It's a little bit longer. So there we go. That's the 3rd one. Okay. So take a moment, take a deep breath, feet on the ground, ground yourself, whatever feels connected for you. And I'm going to pull them up one at a time so you can tune in to see which card you feel drawn to. So this is card number 1. Card number 1. If you feel drawn to card number 1. Okay. Card number 2. If you feel drawn to card number 2. And card number 3, if you feel drawn to card number 3. Okay. So pop down into the comments which card you've chosen, or if you felt pulled to multiple cards, that's fine as well. And let's go ahead and reveal what these cards have in store for you this week. So if you chose card number 1, what do we have? We have number 24, Momentum. Now these are very difficult. I did choose this deck because I love the messages, but it's very hard to like. They're so light, these cards, that you can barely see anything. They're not the ones to use for pretty pictures, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and read a little bit more about this. So number 24 and Momentum. So the crystal that comes with this is pyrite. This planet that it has influence here is Mars. And the keywords are vitality, masculine energy, propulsion. It says, keep moving forward. That sounds like the reading we just had. Small steps towards a goal are just as important as large bounds. Momentum is somewhat like a snowball effect in that over time, the energetic flow of multiple small actions will build and build, perhaps under the surface or in plain sight. Maintain a deep-seated trust that your actions combined with the universe's attraction power are propelling you towards your goal. No matter what stage you are in your journey, find reasons to keep progressing rather than finding reasons to quit. You never know how close you may be to that next big forward surge. Wow. Okay. That has so much to do with the reading for this week. And I think you know which one is going to be most focused for you this week is very much that trust in you're already doing it, right? Wow. Okay. So that was card number 1. Now card number 2, if you chose card 2, we have number 4, intention. Number 4, intention. So let's read this one, another 4. So we had 24, now we have 4. Okay, so the crystal associated with this is moss agate. And it also involves the heart chakra. The keywords are intuition, abundance, balance. Setting intentions is one of the most powerful ways to move forward from what may be holding you back. This practice is symbolic, like planting a seed and watching it evolve into your unique and divine human experience. An open heart is essential for allowing abundance from the universe to manifest in your experience. When your heart chakra is blocked with unresolved negative energy, you can be deflecting these gifts from the universe. In times when you're not fully aligned, open, or vibrating at the energetic level you should be in order to obtain what's been asked for, then embracing the energies of crystals can significantly help raise your vibrational frequency. Ooh, okay, so we have intention for the second card. And let's go ahead and pull the third card. So if you chose card number 3, this is your reading. Number 21, boundaries. I do enjoy that you can actually see this one quite clearly. It's a little bit the darker colors. I'm very grateful for that. So number 21, boundaries. And let's have a read of the description. So the crystal associated with this one is labradorite. and it was also associated with the South Node. So the keywords: protecting energy, metamorphosis, strengthening. Boundaries can act as the laws you set for yourself. You will have limits of what you accept, agree to, give in to, and be pushed to, and so on. If you consistently break your boundaries, you can be left feeling defeated, exhausted, unworthy, and used. But remember, this is your own doing. Once you begin to not live in others' expectations, you will be able to provide boundary lines not only for yourself, but for others. They will soon learn what is acceptable for them to ask of you, and you in return will be honoring your own principles. I love this one. So this is a little bit of a shift, like a bit different to the main reading this week. This feels like a special message for some of you. If you chose card number 3, there's something extra going on there around your boundaries this week. So that's everything. That's the reading for this week. As always, I would love to hear how that resonates. If you have any thoughts, if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in. I do always check back and try and answer questions as well, even if it's in the next reading. But yes, if you have any questions about working with me, if you'd love to know about having readings or coaching with me, we'll pop the links below for my main website where you can check out all of my offers, a lot of free trainings as well, and other kind of goodies that are in there. So I'll pop that link in below. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out, and I will see you for next week for the next one. Sending you so much love. Mwah. Bye.